congratulations to Michael Malone and the Denver Nuggets. They outplayed us. They deserve to win the series. They did a great job on both ends of the court. So my hat's off to them. I wish them well in the next series because they certainly deserve to win the series.
Coach, how do you assess that fourth quarter? It seemed like it was 108, and then you guys couldn't buy a shot. You couldn't get key stops. It seemed like a complete meltdown. How do you describe it?
I don't know. I kind of tend to stay away from the word meltdown. Sounds a little over the top, but we didn't make some shots. They made some big plays. It was a tight game. Actually, it was the time before that when we had our lead. I thought that was a time where we lost our composure and offensively we got a little stagnant and got them back in the game. But, it was 108. Credit to them. They made the plays and we didn't.
You guys missed a lot. CJ Powell missed a lot of pretty close shots, pretty uncharacteristic for them. How frustrating was that for you and the team?
Look, it's frustrating when it's frustrating losing the game. It's frustrating to lose a lead. It's frustrating, when some things don't work out. I don't know what you want me to say on that. It's when things don't go well, it can be frustrating. Yes.
Thanks.
Christo Salta, Sport DNA.
Coach, how satisfied you are about your team and the way that you fought in the whole series and the effort that you made in the whole series?
I thought we played hard. It's in the playoffs, everybody plays hard. I don't to fault effort in the playoffs. Some teams can, different players play it differently, but I thought we competed well. You look at games 3 and games 5, their 3-point shooting really hurt us in those two games and was the difference in those two games. But we had our good moments and they had their good moments. I'm proud of our guys. I told them after the game, we put ourselves in a great position. We won 10 out of 12 at the end of the season to get the 6th seed, to stay out of the play-in game. That showed a lot of character in what we did at that point of the season. It's disappointing to lose in the playoffs. There's no question about that. Denver's a good team. Jokic is a great player. Everything goes around him. But I couldn't be more proud of what we did to get ourselves in the position to be the 6th seed. And obviously, I'm very disappointed with the outcome.
Jason Quick, The Athletic.
Yeah, sorry, Terry. You kind of just answered it. This has been such a weird season, so filled with ups and downs. Just what's your overall kind of take on it?
It's been a tough season. It's been up and down. I think a lot of people have talked about this. It's almost like last season and this season were kind of rolled into one long season. Last season was very challenging, and for a lot of different reasons. And then you roll into this season. Our expectations were high. And I've said this before, what we were able to do with Nurk missing 35 games and CJ missing 25 games, there's a lot to be proud of what we did in the regular season. I know it can be frustrating at times, but when those guys came back, and as I mentioned, at the end of the season, to do what we did was pretty impressive. I think we had been written off, and we weren't, and that showed a lot of character on our guys. But there's no question it was a challenging season, I think, for every team in the league. A lot of players and coaches have talked about the combination of last season and the bubble and rolling into this season. I think it was a challenge for everybody in the league.
And Terry, considering all of that, how do you feel about your job security right now?
My job security, I'm under contract for 2 more years. I'm sure, just like at the end of every year, we're all evaluated. Players, coaches, management, we're all evaluated. So we'll see what happens. But, at the end of a season, when you lose, everybody's evaluated. When we lost to New Orleans, got swept by New Orleans, We were all evaluated. So we'll see what happens. But all I know is that I'm under contract for 2 more years.
Casey Holdall, Trailblazers.com.
Terry, did you consider challenging the foul on Jokic, the three, and your thought process if on not challenging that, I guess, since you didn't?
I did consider it. The reason I didn't was, one is our coach behind the bench with the replay had video that said that he fouled him. And the other one was Nurk said, I barely touched him. Well, if you barely touch him, that's going to be a foul. So those were the 2 reasons why I didn't.
Dwight James, NBC Sports Northwest.
Terry, reflecting on this season and how things went and everything, what's your first take on what needs to be done in the offseason? What needs to be done to improve this team?
Honestly, Dwight, I'm not avoiding that question, but I think now is a little too early to think about what we have to do for next year. Neil and his staff, there's a lot to go into that. We have free agents. There's a lot that goes into that question. I'm just not prepared to answer it at this point.
Leonardo Torres, El Comercial.
Hi, Coach. It's Leonardo Torres from Peru. Hope you're well. Coach, what are your thoughts on the whole series? I mean, the team compete very well. What do you think was missing to force a Game 7?
Well, I think you have to look at each game. As I mentioned, Game 1, Game 2, it was good to get a split. Game 3 was 3-point shooting by both teams. Our poor 3-point shooting and theirs. We played very well Game 4. Obviously, Game 5 was a classic. It could have gone either way. Unbelievable game. Proud to be a part of that game. And tonight, for whatever reason, we had a lead and weren't able to close the deal. So it was a very competitive series. Some of the games could have gone either way, but that's the beauty of playoff basketball.